What if the strongest man alive lost everything? Israel had turned away from God, and now they were suffering under the rule of the Philistines. An angel appeared to a woman and promised she would have a son chosen by God. The angel said this child would be set apart as a Nazarite from birth and is chosen by God for a special purpose. Judges 13:5. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. The child would be set apart for God. He would be raised as a Nazarite, never having strong drink and never cutting his hair, as a sign that he belonged completely to God. The child was born, and they named him Samson. And the angel had said that one day he would begin to deliver Israel from the Philistines. As Samson grew, God gave him incredible strength. His strength did not come from himself, but from the Spirit of God working through him. Judges 14:6. And the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him. One day, a lion attacked Samson, but he tore it apart with his bare hands. In that moment, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. Later, when Samson returned, he found something surprising. Bees had made honey inside the lion. He ate some and shared it, and from this came a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. It was a reminder that God can bring blessing even out of something difficult. But Samson began making choices that pulled him away from God. Instead of listening carefully, he followed what he wanted in the moment. Little by little, he stopped thinking about the special purpose God had given him. One day, surrounded by enemies, Samson picked up the jawbone of a donkey. With strength given by God, he defeated 1,000 Philistine soldiers. No one could stand against him when the Spirit of God was upon him. But as time went on, Samson began to forget where his strength came from. Instead of trusting God, he trusted himself. Pride slowly grew in his heart, and he began to believe he could do anything on his own. And that is when everything began to change. Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah, but she was a Philistine, and the rulers secretly offered her 11,000 pieces of silver to discover the secret of his strength. Again and again, Delilah asked Samson where his strength came from because she wanted the silver that had been promised to her. Day after day, she kept asking until Samson finally told her the truth about his hair and his promise to God. As Samson fell into a deep sleep, Delilah quietly called for the Philistines. As they waited nearby, she gently cut his hair. In that moment, Samson did not know it, but the Spirit of God had left him. The strength he once had was gone. The Philistines rushed in and captured Samson. He tried to fight back, but his strength was gone. They bound him in heavy chains and took him away. Then they took his sight, leaving him in darkness, unable to see where he was being led. They brought Samson to a prison and made him turn a heavy grinding stone day after day. The strongest man had become weak and tired. In the darkness, with no strength and no sight, Samson began to feel the weight of his choices. But slowly, something began to change. As Samson sat in the darkness, his hair began to grow again. And deep in his heart, he began to remember God. He knew now that his strength had never come from himself, but from the Spirit of God. And for the first time in a long time, Samson began to turn back to him. The Philistines gathered in a great temple to celebrate. They were praising their false god and saying they had defeated Samson. They brought Samson out in chains to stand before a huge crowd, laughing and cheering. They made fun of him and treated him like he was nothing, but they did not know. God was not finished with Samson yet. Standing between the pillars, Samson bowed his head and called out to God. Judges 16:28. O Lord God, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once. And God heard him. With his hands on the two great pillars, Samson pushed with all the strength God gave him. The pillars began to move, the ground trembled, and the temple started to collapse. Judges 16:30. Let me die with the Philistines. In that final moment, Samson was still used to defeat the Philistines just as God had planned. Even after his mistakes, Samson turned back to God. And God still used his life for a purpose. His story reminds us that God forgives and he never gives up on us. He loves us. You can find this story in the book of Judges. Try reading it and see what you discover.